guys, welcome back to Mind Over Mindy. I am Melinda, and today we're going to be talking about weight loss. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to tell you that I am in no way, shape, or form a doctor, and I cannot offer you medical advice. If you're thinking about losing weight, make sure that you talk to your physician before doing so. So, now that that is out of the way, I wanted to document my weight loss story with all of you, because I find a lot of motivation in watching other people's weight loss stories. I love watching like their completed stories. I like to watch them as they're going through it, documenting it with us. And yeah, so I thought that I would do the same, and hopefully somebody will find some inspiration in all of this. So I first want to talk about how I got this way. When I weighed in yesterday, I was 225, which now is like the biggest I've ever been. So yeah, let's talk about how I got this way. Growing up, I was always pretty average. When I got in high school, I weighed about 104 pounds like throughout high school. I was pretty consistent, which I'm 5'2", so that's like it's probably still a little in the low range, but for the most part I was healthy. I ran every day, I exercised constantly, I was fit and healthy. And then I got pregnant right after high school, and when I was about 18 weeks pregnant, I went into labor, and the doctor came in and told me, like, your son has a 50-50 chance of making it. So I was put on immediate bed rest, and I had to see a specialist every week. Like, I had to drive about an hour away to go see a specialist at a hospital where they would just like monitor my progress and everything. But while I was on bed rest, I was living with my mom, of course. I was still really young, and she was feeding me all of the good food. Like, I'm talking steak and potatoes, pasta, like all of those things, carbs galore. And of course I loved it. I was pregnant, I was on bed rest, you know. And I gained 80 pounds with my pregnancy. And then after I had him, it mostly came off. Some of it came off. And then I stayed at about the 150 range. And I was always in between 150 and 170 for like years. It was like my weight just like fluctuated back and forth. Well, finally I was put on metformin because we had tried to have my daughter with no luck, so they started me on metformin. I guess it helps with like fertility. I'm not sure how it all works, but and I lost a lot of weight on that, and then immediately got pregnant with my daughter. So yeah, that was kind of like, I had lost a whole bunch of weight, I was back into a normal range, and then bam, I got pregnant with my daughter. With my daughter, I gained a lot of weight again. The day that I gave birth, I was 199, and I remember telling my husband, like, this was the first time I was ever gonna hit 200, and I was like, telling him, like, I can't hit 200, I cannot hit 200. So when I gave birth at 199, I was really happy. And then some of that weight stayed off, but shortly after my daughter was born, I found out that my dad had cancer, and I think I just kind of like ate my feelings instead of actually like confronting those. And I also went through a substance abuse, which, you know, I'll make a video about all that later, but I went through substance abuse and I lost a little bit of weight during that, but it was trying to get sober again. And all of a sudden, probably the past 5 years, it was like, you know, I lost my dad to cancer, I lost a sister-in-law to suicide, and it just piled on, and you have all these like feelings in between, and it was just a mess. Like, I ate my feelings, and then I went from substance abuse to, you know, being sober. I'm sober now, but of course after I quit using, I gained a lot of weight. So it kind of brings us up to where we are today. I'm working through some of my mental health issues, which I think I haven't posted a video completely on that yet, but I probably will sometimes in the future. But yeah, working on my mental health issues, seeing a therapist, all those fun things. I think now is a good time for me to try to get back my body and hopefully get back down into a healthy range. So that's how I got that way. I will post, of course, before and after. Well, we haven't had the after yet. I will post pictures of what I looked like back in high school. I'll post pictures of what I looked like before I had my daughter, and so you guys can kind of see the difference, and then of course now, but someday I will be posting before and after pictures. So yeah, anyways, all of that heavy stuff aside, that's how I got to where I am today. It's how I got to 225. I basically use food as a clutch. I'm an emotional eater. I'm a binge eater. I can go all day and not eat anything, and then just eat and eat and eat at nighttime. And yeah, it's pretty rough. Give me a second. My throat gets really, really dry when I'm talking. So yeah, what do I plan on doing? I plan on counting calories and intermittent fasting. This is something that I talked with my doctor about, and we talked about how intermittent fasting was probably like the best way to go, but also counting calories. So he wants me to start at 1800 calories, and then after about 2 weeks move down to 1500 calories. And yeah, so basically what will happen is I will have like a 10-hour window that I'll eat. So like between 7 and 5, like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will eat, and then I won't eat after 5 p.m. until 7 a.m. the next day. And then I will keep that at 1500 calories in between that time. And then on the weekends, he recommended I eat 500 calories a day, which isn't a lot, but we still stay within that window. So yeah, it's I haven't gotten to the weekend yet because I just started yesterday. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little bit worried about that, but basically I don't plan on restricting a ton of food because I've done that in the past and it never works. I really don't like the word diet because, again, I've dieted in the past and it doesn't work. I like the idea of a lifestyle change, and I think that's what I need. I need a lifestyle change. We all have an idea of what we need to eat to be healthy. We all know that, you know, the majority of our calories should be coming from fresh fruits and fresh vegetables, and you know, we just don't obey those laws. So we all know what we need to do to be healthy, and that's kind of what I'm using as a guideline. I'm not being super restrictive. I'm not cutting carbs out because I've tried that, you know, and it doesn't work, because then you start craving those things, and it's like a mental thing. Like you crave it because you can't have it. At least I did. And yeah, so it just didn't work in the past, and I thought, let's not leave anything out. Let's just eat healthy and obviously be sensible about it. You know, I'm not going to eat cake every day. I'm not going to eat a whole loaf of bread. You know, I'm not going to eat a ton of pasta but I'm not going to cut them out. It's about portion control, and it's about being sensible, you know. So one thing that I am going to restrict a lot, again, not cut out, one thing I'm going to restrict a lot is soda. I used to never be a soda drinker. We never had it in our house growing up, and then I got married and my husband's a huge soda drinker, which I became a huge soda drinker. I like soda. I like fountain soda. I craved it with both of my pregnancies for some reason, and we have it in our house all the time now. My husband's gotten better. He'll get like Coke Zero instead of like Mountain Dew or something, which makes me feel better that he's like willing to, like, you know, compromise with me, kind of meet me in the middle. And so think I'm gonna like limit it to maybe once a week, if that. Maybe once every 2 weeks. Something that's not gonna be like super horrible, like that's gonna like keep me from committing to my plan. So another thing that I want to avoid are a lot of carbs. So I'm not, again, cutting out carbs. I'm just restricting them, and that's one thing that I eat a lot of carbs. I love carbs. I love bread. I love pasta. I love all those things. Lasagna, any kind of pasta. Like, I love any kind of bread. I just love carbs. And I need to cut back on them. So personally, for myself, that's one thing that I need to be aware of, is the carbs that I'm eating. So the third thing, this is my kryptonite, is sweets. I love sweets. I have a big sweet tooth. I especially love sweets at nighttime. I don't know what it is about nighttime, but I crave sweets. So I was recently on a medicine called Seroquel, which is a mood stabilizer, and while I was on it, I gained 80 pounds. It's known for weight gain, but it's also known to cause diabetes. I've never heard of a medicine causing diabetes, but it is known to cause diabetes. And after I would take it, if I didn't go to bed right away, I would start craving sweets like nuts. Like, I had to have sweets if I did not go to bed right after. So I had to get into the habit of taking it and then just immediately going to bed, because otherwise I wanted all of the sweets. I would eat like a bowl of cereal. I would eat 2 bowls of cereal. I would eat whatever like sweet stuff we had in the house, and I just didn't care. Like, I just ate, and of course it was always late at night. I'm no longer on that medication. My psychiatrist recently took me off of it, so hopefully it'll affect some of my sweet cravings and it won't be as bad, but sweets are like my kryptonite. Like, I love sweets. So, the next thing that I want to talk about is food addiction and binge eating. So, having a food addiction and binge eating are 2 separate things, I think. Like, at least in my head, I feel like they're 2 separate things. Having a food addiction is like thinking about food constantly, and I mean, just like a substance addiction, it's a food addiction. You eat in place of, like, you eat to like fill a void, and that's one thing that I do. But I binge eat, where I will eat like a whole bunch at nighttime. Like I said, I'm really bad at not eating all day and then just binging at nighttime. I mean, just like food after food after food, and it's just so bad. So that's probably my biggest obstacle. I don't know quite yet how I'm going to overcome it, but I hope that it's just like a lot of willpower, and maybe we'll get through it. And I think documenting with you guys and just sharing my everyday experience is really going to help kind of overcome that, because I think it's like an accountability thing. So if I know that like I'm sharing all of this with the world, you know, I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of that. So I also wanted to say I'm going to be weighing myself every Monday morning and not in between there, because my weight fluctuates a lot from morning to night. So I'm going to be weighing myself every Monday morning, and I will post pictures on Instagram, so you guys can follow me over there. I'll put a link in the description box down below. And yeah, you guys can kind of monitor my progress as I go. I'm going to try to keep like doing updated videos, or just videos of like exercising and those kinds of things. I'm going to try to keep that up with you guys. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it all works out. Hopefully I get through the food addiction. So that leads me to exercise. And this is a big one because I don't exercise. I used to run all the time. I'm sorry, you guys. My throat is so dry. I used to run all the time when I was in high school, and now I don't anymore. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't do a lot during the day. I mean, other than basic housework, but it's not like labor. It's not like hard labor work. So, even though I'm up and doing stuff, I'm not really exercising. So I want to start by running, and I used to love running. Now, a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, I should say, I was entered in a contest with some people at church, and we've all put in like $25, and whoever lost the most amount of weight would get all of the money. I won that contest because I'm extremely competitive. So I lost a ton of weight. I got down to like 209, and once the contest was over, I just stopped. I stopped eating better. I stopped counting my calories. I stopped running, and that's how I gained all of this back. So like, I gained it back so quickly once I stopped. I won the contest, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm an extremely competitive person, so it was really easy for me to kind of stay in the groove of things during that time, but I was also running and I was experiencing shin splints. Now, I've had all kinds of advice on how to get rid of shin splints. Change your shoes, make sure you stretch before you go, drink tons of water. I've tried all of those things, and my shin splints would be so bad. I didn't try drinking a lot of water at the time. I wasn't drinking nearly enough as I should have been. But somebody recently the other day told me, like, if you have shin splints, drink a bunch of water. If you've tried, you know, changing your shoes, if you have shoes that fit, or if you've already stretched and you're still getting shin splints. So I'm gonna try that with running this time. I am overweight, so I don't know if, like, I'm sure my weight has something to do with that. I mean, it's a lot of stress to put on your legs when you're running and you're overweight. But I mean, it would keep me from running. Like, walking would hurt so bad. I would, like, bend down and all of a sudden I would get shin splints even if I hadn't ran that day. So that's another obstacle that I hope to overcome, and I'll share that all with you guys over on Instagram. So make sure that you guys are following me on Instagram. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description box down below. So I also have some DVDs, some walking DVDs, which I think I'm going to start off with, some walking DVDs, where it's basically just walking for like a half hour. And so I might start off with those, but my goal is to start running. Eventually down the line, I would love to get a gym membership and do some weight training. That would be like a goal of mine, because when I lose weight, you know, I'm going to need that muscle to help prevent some of the loose skin that I will inevitably get. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my dog back there. He's taking a little snooze. It's a pretty gloomy day out today, so I had to open up the curtains to get some light in here, and there's still not a lot of light in here, but he is just lounging and loving his lazy day. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is everything that I'm getting ready to do as far as my weight loss goes. I hope that you guys follow me on Instagram. I hope that you enjoy this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback or any comments, any ideas like that would help me out, or let me know if you are doing this or you're getting started. I want to know, and maybe we can be buddies and I can offer some encouragement. You can offer some encouragement. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And with all of that being said, I will see you later. Bye.